Hello and welcome to the End to End Football Podcast, episode number 122. You're here with me, myself, Stuart, Sean, and Abbas in the building this week. No Kudo, unfortunately, but we shall try to power on through anyway, regardless. Right. First list on the agenda. First match on the agenda, Sean. We're going to have to come to you. Liverpool versus Chelsea, 1-1 draw. What's your overall feelings on the game? How did it go, Sean? 1-1 draw?
1-1 draw against Chelsea. I mean, I thought we would especially when we went down to 10 men, we would have taken the game to them. I mean, we had them under pressure, but he couldn't break down their defense. They were solid. I mean, European champions, what do you expect in it? But
Do you feel Liverpool done enough to break them down?
Nah, there was a lot of shooting from far, and they just, I don't know. They couldn't just get that last bit over, man. It was just doing my head in, bro. I was thinking, man, I was disappointed not to get the 3 points, but you know what? A 1-1 draw with Chelsea, I'll take it.
But yeah, so I was gonna say, where do you stand on it? Do you see it as a Liverpool failing not to break Chelsea down, or you see Chelsea being like a powerful, resilient team not to get broken down?
They were resilient.
They were good. They were very good.
Yeah, all them players that were back there defending, mate, just like their life depended on it. I think they've done a brilliant job, especially being down to 10 men. I mean, anybody else would have crumbled against Liverpool, but they done well. Rudiger had a good game. Thiago Silva, even Jorginho. They're just smart, and they're conniving as well. Some of them.
I like to see you're still participating, Kudo. It's always nice to hear from you, mate. What did you reckon on the penalty decision?
It's a penalty, mate.
I mean, it's pretty.
Yeah, it's a penalty, mate. If you think about it, yeah, the ball's come off his leg, but as it's come up to his arm, he's lifted his arm up, and then it's hit the other arm. So how's that not a penalty? Come on, don't be silly, don't be daft.
I didn't say it wasn't a penalty.
No, I could see the donut in the top left saying something like making up faces.
I don't know. I if that was Fabinho on the line, I think you would have come up with I think you might not agree with what it being called a penalty. If it was Fabinho, basically, I'm not saying if it was a Liverpool player that reacted like that,
it would have been a free kick though. Not a penalty. It's in the wrong box.
No, I'm saying, come on, switch the roles. I'm saying, come on, don't do that.
I'm just saying, if it was a Liverpool player in the Chelsea box, it would have been a free kick.
What do you mean?
You're a funny person.
So basically, you're trying to say that I'm biased. If it was a
football, we all have our biases.
So Abbas, let me get it on it straight, so we know where Sean stands. So, are you saying it wasn't a penalty?
No, I'm not saying that either. I'm saying I've seen them given and I've seen them not given. And the reason why I felt bad
but in the age of VAR, have we seen them not given?
Yeah, we have seen them not given.
Well, like that? Something like that. Because his hand, on the line, someone handles it.
Because his hand was still quite close to his body. Yes, the initial jerk reaction was that.
It's up here somewhere, his hand, when he finds
it. He was down.
No, but Abbas, you didn't see my man lift up his arm.
No, because you see that. So the ball hit his thigh, right? And you know when you spread yourself out, you tend to do that. I can't even show you properly, but you know when you tend to do that a little bit. It's a natural position.
Yeah.
Now the jerk reaction when he just did that was kind of a shock. So I'm just looking at it going, that could probably have been not given, but it was given following the rules.
So let me say this then: do you see it as a penalty and maybe not a red card then?
Yes, 100%. 100%. I thought the red card was harsh. I thought it was very harsh because
he didn't deny a clear and obvious goal scoring opportunity.
I think, come on, man. You know rules like
rules.
You're gonna hear this, yeah.
Tell him again. Some rules.
And as we know, and we watched in football, some rules are not followed to the T. And I thought that was harsh. That's the only part.
I just think in the age of VAR, those sorts of decisions like that, they're always gonna be given. Something like that, I think was obvious in a way that it stopped the ball from going in the net from one. All right, it hit his thigh first or whatever you want to say, but he's handled the ball inside the penalty area, inside the 6-yard box, probably on the line, just off the line if you want to be super hypocritical about it. But nah, it's a red card as well. If you're gonna give the penalty, you're gonna give the red card. If you're gonna say, I don't know, if you're gonna claim accidental or whatever like that, then I can understand you saying it's not a red card. But the fact that you're saying he's handballed it, you've got to give him a red card then, surely.
Yeah,
it can't be any
the
other
reason
way.
the reason why I put the accidental bars, like I said, when he stretches his thigh out to block it, his hand, obviously, his body naturally moves the same way. You rarely ever find yourself holding your hand back like this, putting your hand behind your back and then stretching your leg out.
I get what you're saying.
Movement.
I get what you're saying, but you're telling me you didn't see the whole arm. Now you can go forward and roll the ball up his arm to the other one. You didn't see that.
It's a little twitch, man. It's like it's like a little dance.
Like your Harlem Shake.
You know, I ain't gonna lie. You know, I'm trying my hardest.
I love it. I love it.
But no, I'm gonna lie. The only thing I thought it was harsh sending him off, but in terms of giving the penalty and stuff like that, I was like, well, you know, throughout the season to balance itself out, I guess. But yeah, if that was my team, I'd ask for a penalty. If that was
of
my
course,
team,
if it was your
defender,
team, you'd have got a
I would
penalty.
be going.
You're about to say so.
But that's the natural bias you get with your football team.
I think that's the naturally bias you get when you're walking around with that shade of colour red on your top, mate. And it's a Liverpool decision, if you ask me. But okay, fair enough.
Mate,
Where does
where does a picture of Saul, mate? That's why I don't pay attention to him. He's a donor.
in terms of the season, though, are we talking that's too early to be a sort of title decider, a contender? I mean, both teams are going to be there or thereabouts come the end of the season. In my opinion, they're going to be there or thereabouts come the end of the season, with a couple of other teams probably. Yeah. Is that a massive 2 points loss for either side? From Sean, Liverpool's perspective, do you see that as like a massive 2 points not gained there?
No, I don't see it as a massive 2 points. I mean, it's 2 points lost, but it's not massive. It's not detrimental to our season because there's other points for us to pick up on from the other teams above us or around us, as I should say.
Yeah. I think it's too early. I said it last week when Monsieur Kudo was saying that the Man United's title challenge is dead, and all of a sudden now we're third, we've drawn points with everyone else that's in the title race. But I said it was too early to call it last week. I'm going to say it again this week. I'm not calling anything in this league, especially with the way teams are set up until end of January, February, when it's that last bit, that last stretch, where we know certain teams like Liverpool, like Man City, can go on ridiculous runs, win runs as well. It can just change the whole table on his head. So it's too early. Don't think it's big points. I think it's good that no one lost, but even if one of the teams lost, I think it'd have been all right. I'm not even putting that out. No, I'm joking. I have to put it out. I'm biased.
Can't discriminate against comments about.
I'm biased. I have to remove the biasness.
Has to be said sometimes. You know, these are what happens. Some opinions may differ from your own. Yeah. I mean, you're gonna get your chance anyway. Abbas, your team picked up a very, very lucky 1-0 victory, in my opinion. Lucky.
Ole is a very lucky man. He's lucky man.
Is this a record now, away games? Sorry.
Yeah, something like 30, 29, 30 games. I don't really care because he hasn't produced us a medal, so I don't really care.
I was about to ask that. You see, with this record that you got, has he produced a trophy with it?
No. Okay, it's a away record. It means absolutely nothing to me. It's nice on paper, but it absolutely means nothing.
Well, at least you got some record, isn't it?
Huh?
I suppose it's a neutral ground, the final.
I swear it's Premier League, man. So it's not just the Premier League. I mean, I don't know what football you've been watching. Oh, this guy's real active.
I would agree with it, to be honest with you. I mean, it's one of those records you sort of look at and go, meh.
Yeah, okay. Exactly.
Especially when you look at the other team and go, oh, did he win anything for it? No. Well, what's the...
But the game itself, Abbas, I mean, let's look at it from a Wolves perspective, if you don't mind, for just a second.
100%. Because it's funny,
I think especially first half, they could have been absolute near enough running away with it with the chances that they had, the chances that they produced. Traore made an absolute mockery out of your right hand side from midfield to defense. And how
which part of the field did he not mock, mate? Right,
he was on fire, to be honest with you. And I'm not his biggest fan. Because I don't think he produces anything.
What did I say last week about him? I said all this chance creation he can do, can't cross, and we also all agreed he can't really shoot. And
he did a lot better in this game. I thought he produced a lot more. The final, there was a few woeful crosses that ended up in row Z, and crossing ending up for throw-ins and stuff like that. But he's definitely got the build for it and the speed for it. He would definitely make a good fullback in rugby. I don't know how much you know about
I gotta say, I was thankful.
Definitely.
It's really weird for me to say this because obviously Jimenez is not himself since his head injury. So,
and it's harsh to say as well because it's such a nasty injury. But
exactly,
he ain't the same player.
But at the same time, I sit there as a United fan thinking, well, thank God he wasn't because he probably would have scored one or two chances he had.
There was definitely one in the first half.
Yeah. Exactly. I won in the first
I think
half.
he side-footed it to De Gea in the end, and it was just like, wow, that should have just gone across goal, mate. If you had an ounce of confidence about yourself, it would have just gone woof.
Yeah, exactly. So
placed into De Gea's hand.
When you see things like that, you go, rah, we are lucky as hell. And yes, you're right. I'm agreeing. We are lucky as hell. But then at the same time, isn't that the skullduggery that certain teams have had when they're winning league titles and going on a nice run?
We need to clear up certain teams. I mean, that's a bit of a
no. You know what? To be fair, any team that's won the league, that's won a league title in the last whenever, right? They'll always get games where probably they feel that they shouldn't have won and they managed to win it, or they should have lost and they managed to draw.
Nah,
you need that sort of luck.
We deserve to win every
this guy. Liverpool famous for their skullduggery. It has to be said.
There's always games like that where that happens. So I'm not surprised. I'm not completely. I'm just happy that it's happened. But my worry is it's happened too early. And again, so many of the. What is this guy?
Wow, he's on you, mate. He's on you. He's feeling it today.
Anyway,
that's good. I don't blame him, mate.
Anyway, but the most important thing we're taking out of this game, well, the two most important things. Varane makes a massive difference on defense. That's because if Lindelof was there, they definitely would have scored. And two, Oli really needs to learn. He needs to fix that midfield. He really needs to fix that.
He fixed it. He brought Cristiano Ronaldo in. He fixed it. Done.
No, I see attacking. But my problem is
no issues no more. CR7's coming back home, mate. You got no issues no more.
But that's the attacking end. If we don't score, then the midfielder have to hold us up, and that's the.
But he's not going to be cutting in from the left.
No, he's a striker now. He doesn't need to come. That's Rashford's job.
I thought it was. I thought not only had you bought Ronaldo, you bought a time machine the way your fans were going on over the past day and a bit.
No, come on. The guy is a world class.
Listen, did I say he was not? Did I say he was not? Did those words enter from my mouth?
Listen,
no, they didn't.
A guaranteed 20.
I just said you hadn't bought a time machine.
Maybe 20, 30 goals will probably.
He'll get goals. He'll get goals. Yeah. Another thing that I didn't say.
So I think it gives us way more bite than we had last season, for instance. If you think Cavani scored 8,
but your problems, as you said, don't rely on what's going on up front.
The big problem is midfield. I think one of Ollie's big mistakes was moving Pogba from the left wing, where he's done 5 assists in 2 games, and put him into a double pivot that we've known time and time again doesn't work for him.
Doesn't matter. Big up Ollie.
This guy, big up Ollie. So. That decision, I don't know. And then he played Daniel James, who we've just sold today for 30 million to league. So,
did he sell, or I thought it was on a loan?
No, I think he's actually gone.
Okay, fair enough.
Confirmed. So I saw 30 million from Bozano or whatever his name is.
Don't worry, you're going to see a different Daniel James now. Watch.
Yeah, they're going to use him properly. The way their style of play is perfect for him. So I think good luck to him. I think that was a brilliant move. Good money for us as well, which hopefully we'll use to get a centre mid that we need in terms of being able to play and being able to defend. I felt for Fred because
Looking
on
for
the
the
one
young
hand,
Frenchman at the moment, isn't it? Camavinga or what?
yeah, Camavinga, yeah,
That's the one.
hopefully, but I don't know. We'll see. But even if we get someone outside of the league, you got to then give him, I don't know, 6 months to a year to bed into the English Premier League. So
Come
that's
buy
another
Rice for
problem.
120 million, man.
Absolutely not.
Come on, you're worth it all
keep
day
it.
long, mate. Yeah,
Unless you want to do a swap Lingard for Rice, no cash.
yeah, and 100 million. There's
No,
no
no
problem,
cash.
man.
No
Sign
cash,
him
no
up,
cash.
mate, all day long. I mean,
No cash.
I don't know why you're holding on to Lingard anyway. They're saying it's unlikely that he'll move as well. I don't understand it.
Funny, so
He's not coming to West Ham, definitely. That's what
yeah,
they've
so I
said.
think you guys are going for another French player or player from the French league. I'm not too sure.
We was going after the geezer that signed for Burnley yesterday, Cornetto. Whatever his name is.
Okay, all right. So there is murmurs that he is going, but I don't think it's going to be for sale. So he might be another loan. In which case, God knows who's going to take him. Either way, you know, there's no real space for him, to be honest. But yeah, like I said, just about on it. Greenwood is on fire, which worries me because with Ronaldo here, he starts playing. Where does Greenwood play? Because you got Sancho. Rashford is already training as well, so probably 3 weeks he's back in. Might stop his.
You got a lot of
development of what he's
talent
doing.
up front. I'll give you that.
Loads.
In the top end of the
Yeah.
pitch is looking heavyweight this season.
It's
has to be
spicy, man. It's spicy, but again, that soft center of midfield is the problem. Because if he's gonna play the double pivot, he's gonna be McTominay and Fred, so which means one of the
He's on
attacking
his way
players
back
comes
as well.
out.
Don't worry, he's got a bit of surgery to get through first. Oh, Scotty boy, but he'll be back. You're doing your job. Don't worry.
I just realized I opened that kind of worms.
Right. Well, you invited me. I wasn't even gonna mention him.
I let you in. But yeah. Wolves, I feel sorry for Wolves. I don't know how many chances they can create in 3 games. But my thing is, whoever gets spanked by, well, whoever lets them score first, or when they start scoring, they're gonna spank a couple of teams. So, yeah, Nicholas Sancho. Hey, what about him, mate?
I think he's saying uneventful game that he had against Wolves.
Quiet game. But
this is not
to
the
be honest,
Sancho that we came to know and love against
but you know what,
Dortmund.
Wolves
Playing for Dortmund.
yeah, but Wolves formation, our lack of attacking tactics didn't help. Again, I keep saying it. Ole's got to sort this out. He's got to sort this out.
But I
Yeah,
can
he's
distinctly
CR7,
remember
isn't he?
you saying that Sancho was like he's
He's gonna
number
he's
one.
quality. He's an absolute quality player.
Again, that's not stop putting words into my mouth, mate. I haven't said Sancho is not quality. It's not nothing that I've said. Sancho is a quality player. I'm just saying that you said that he was like one of the key aspects of you getting to that, higher.
I think so. I mean, when I had a chat with Sean earlier this week, and I literally said everything is in place, and only one person can mess it up. The only one person. He just
Ole.
happens to be the manager. So, yeah. Because I'm looking at the
He's gonna win
team
you
and
the
I'm
title,
thinking,
though, so you got no worries.
I have to back him, man. I'm backing it.
That's what I'm saying. So you got no worries.
Oh, if he doesn't, I'm out. I'm Ole out.
You gone.
100%. I'm jumping into that shit.
He is on your neck today, boy. He's not having it. I
What's
mean,
he talking
that's
about?
true as well.
Yeah, but Alexis Sanchez was bought during Ole's Jose's time, so he was scud. So just gonna move that topic on. He was scud when he joined, so that's that.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Did you guys watch the game? Any opinions on it?
I said all of my opinion. I thought Wolves much the better side. The first half should have gone and probably deserved to go up 1-0 by half time. And I thought to myself, and actually funny enough, I was watching it with Kudo on Saturday, and we both said 1/3 of the first half was ended and Wolves hadn't have scored. He was like, yeah, this is a United win all day long. And then
we waited to the 80th minute, but yeah, we got in the end.
It was always going to come. The plethora of chances that Wolves missed and just messed up, and you just knew it wasn't going to happen. What was that double save as well by De Gea? When that didn't go in, that was a write-off. But you knew Wolves were just not going to win this game. They might have scraped a draw, but they weren't never going to win it.
3 yards out, he put it quite wide of the keeper, and he still managed to save it in that small tight area. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. I don't want to say it too. No, I'm not saying anything about the hair, but it's looking good anyway. That's it. I'm not saying
Too early to tell. Is that what you're saying?
Way too early. All of this is too early. All of this is too early. By January, the end of January, I'll be here on the podcast saying whether we're out of the title race or Ole's a madman and stuff. I'll be saying it.
You've already said
chest.
you're going to win it, so there's no
Yeah, but if I say we're going to win it and I can see that we're not going to win it, I'm just going to hold my hand up there. I was wrong. When I start the train. So the Ole out train. But yeah, let's see. So early, but thank God we won that. Like I said, third place, right in the mix with good old West Ham, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Everton. Like it. Don't know how Spurs are top of the table, but we'll talk about that.
Spurs, have they lost the game? I don't think
they lost the game.
That's why they've
3-1 nils. 3-1 nils.
There you go. That's it. They're making Nuno look like an absolute superstar at the moment. Wolves. Tottenham, sorry.
Yeah, hopefully that ends,
I don't like talking Tottenham too much. Let's move on to a much better game. Sean, you got anything to say about Man United before we move on? I'm just asking.
I've got a question. I've got a question. If you guys watched the game, right? Obviously, Pogba's tackle was being talked about. Red card this, red card that. Which, again, give or take, most people would. I don't think the contact was enough for a red, but probably should have been a foul. Referee was right there, so I don't understand why he didn't call it. VAR didn't get involved either.
That's what I'm saying. I think unless it's really contentious like that, then VAR ref, they'd get involved in it. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't think it was anything too malicious. I think it's something that looks worse in the replays than what it does in actual real time of the event.
Yeah. Funny thing about that I got annoyed about, and someone clipped it up on Twitter afterwards, was the same player, Neves, did a challenge on Fernandez on the edge of the box.
So to be honest,
edge of the box. Same shin, but it was more of a stamp this time rather than a reach. And no one was talking about that as a red card. And I just don't understand what this.
Well, you know why it got escalated a bit further, because of the man that done the tackle. It's Paul Pogba. Anything.
Yeah, and Mr. Graham Souness was it's a leg breaker. It's a leg breaker. I'm sitting there thinking, you and Roy Keane are the last two people to talk about leg breaking challenges. But football has changed, I guess.
Yeah, it's true. These lot are not as hard as these lot were back in the day, but hey ho.
Mm-hmm.
As Stuart said, if VAR are not going to intervene, the referee is not going to go and check the monitor and anything like that, then it's not a red card, is it?
Yeah.
That's that thing, especially these days with it. I think the only thing you can maybe sort of come back to with the referees is the fact that, for me anyway, they don't go and check the monitor enough. For my
they need to.
The monitor's there. Mate, just go and have that 30-second run towards the monitor. I mean, some of these referees could need a 30-second run here and there as well. They're carrying a little extra timber. But, go to the monitor, have a look, have a butcher's, and make a decision. It's okay. If you got the first thing wrong, no one's going to go too mad. If you just get it right at the end of it, that's the main thing. Anyone wants a correct decision. That's
Do you think that these slow-mo replays are helping his decision-making? Because I think they make it look 10 times worse.
They make it look worse. They do.
I mean, they've always made them look worse. I can understand why they do it as well. It's actually so you can see, especially sometimes when it's a penalty and it's, like the legs have just gone like that. In real time, you don't see the cross of legs, but in slow-mo, you go, look at that. Knees clash together and that's a penalty. So I can understand why they do it. Yes, it does make it look worse, but I can understand why they do the slow-mo. But I think something like the Pogba challenge, especially if you're looking at it from a different perspective and played it in real time, maybe you would have come to a different decision. But he didn't even have a look at it. As you said, VAR didn't even pull it up as a clear.
I mean, it's so funny because on the slow-mo, you see his face go like that. Then he let it play on. I was just like, okay.
But I think that's Pogba though, isn't it? Pogba made that face, yeah?
No, the referee.
Oh.
They slowed it. You saw his face on Match of the Day. You just see him go.
Well, that's another thing that VAR would have had a look at and said if it is a clear and obvious error by the referee, and then they had obviously felt
they would have pulled that back,
because they would have had the slow mos in front of them at Stockley Park or wherever it is, the VAR thing. They would have had that to look over.
Yeah, good. We're in agreement. What we're gonna going to the next
Wait,
game.
there's way too much agreement, because I'll tell you what, there's something that wouldn't have got agreed with if a certain member of the End-to-End Football podcast is here, and that is the 2-2 draw in East London between the mighty Hammers and what I called them at the beginning of the season, the relegation fodder Eagles. I'm gonna say that with Chess because he's not here at the moment as well. So
Watch
I
that
can say,
message pop up now.
oh,
bro.
mate, and you know what? I actually had the absolute joy and pleasure of going down to the London Stadium to watch this game. So I got to see my boys play live for the longest time. I can't remember the last time I went there. It's been a long time. Yeah, been a long time since I got down to the London Stadium. And as much as I would like to sit on here and wax lyrical about how brilliant West Ham were, and they were in spells of this game, Crystal Palace was just as intense. Ran a lot. They produced a lot, created a lot of chances, and the boy Gallagher from Chelsea. And let me tell you, when you see someone live, you know what I mean, boy? When you see someone live and not just on the TV, you can see how much he runs from left to right, up front. This boy was everywhere. He was superb. He's looking like a little gem, and not to mention that he scored 2 goals. You know, Palace's first of the season as well. Let's not forget. And, you know, came back twice from behind. West Ham were leading twice. I thought, you know, wrapped up, game over. Relegation for the put to the sword, no problem. But no, they weren't having none of it. The Eagles, they were definitely soaring in East London on Saturday and and done themselves proud. I don't know if we were struggling. We definitely had the majority of the game. We definitely had the majority of the game, and Antonio probably should have scored his 51st goal for West Ham at the end and fluffed his lines. But you know, I can't be too harsh on the boys. Much like the same exact team as last season at the moment. So hopefully, fingers crossed, over the next 24 hours we can get 2 players in that we're looking at. I'm not too hopeful because, you know, me and the Dildo Brothers boys, we don't have it. We don't have it. I don't care. It had to be said because they will put money in the bank eventually somewhere. And I'm sure we will get a striker from, I believe, CSK Moscow. And if you would have seen the Europa League draw we got as well, we're not progressing in that tournament. We are definitely not progressing in that tournament without a few replacements. I'm happy with Kurt Zouma, though. I think he would definitely bolster up our defence.
Yeah,
especially given the way Dawson struggled against Crystal Palace. I know everyone was waxing lyrical about him last season, but Zuma's definitely a class above, and I would like him very much so to partner Ogbonna in the centre of our defence, and I think that would definitely be a rock solid partnership to come. I like Kurt Zouma. How do you feel about Kurt Zouma, boys? 25
I think
million.
that's a good deal for you. I think
that's a
great
brilliant player for you lot.
Yeah,
It's a decent buy with someone that's not going to get the game time at Chelsea. You know, as we've seen before with the likes of Lingard, and you come to a smaller club like West Ham, and you guaranteed to get the minutes on the pitch. You never know what can happen. I mean, look at the boy Gallagher. You know, at a big team like Chelsea, never going to get into the first team, never going to be able to have that stage to perform. And sometimes all players need is just that stage to perform. So, you know.
I mean, hopefully you come for Lingard again, and then you can take him to your club.
From what I hear that's absolutely dead in the water. There's
I think
no
United
chance.
annoyed your owners. I don't want to call them.
I'm glad. Try to hold you man to ransom.
Yeah, basically.
It's because what I said
business.
before. You had an agreement in place for 20 million. It was like, it wasn't it was. You're hearing this a lot in football at the moment, a gentleman's agreement between the two clubs. That, he's valued at 20 million. Yeah, if you come back at the end of the season with that, we'll evaluate it. And he's only got has he got a year left in his contract, Lingard?
Yes.
Or 2 years?
I think it's I can't.
I think it's 2 years. I think he's got another year to run after this one. And basically after the loan, if you fancy taking him, he's not in our plans. You know, put the money up and you can have at him. And then he went back after his brilliant spell after getting called up into the England squad, and Man United went, You see, we said 20 million. Actually, what we was thinking more on the line of 40 million, you know? Doubled it against those two. Never. Not going to happen. Never. Not going to happen in a million years.
Yeah. Yep.
But
But-
you know what? That Gallagher's second goal.
Oh, yeah.
Brilliant stuff, mate.
Pains me to say, but it was it was a well worked goal. It was a well worked goal.
You know,
And
your first goal was good as well, if I'm honest.
it's
Between
from-
Antonio and, was it Fornes?
yeah, 4-0.
Yeah, you were just doing 1-2s against the whole defense. That was
4-0
funny.
has come into his own this season. Another one that took a long. It took a long time for someone like 4-0 to bed in, because I remember when we bought him and could have said, "Oh, you lot got a player there." You know, he watches a lot of La Liga. He said, "You lot got a player there," and probably up until the back end of last season, we hadn't really seen this player emerging, and finally we did, and he does it definitely like a very good player, very 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 good player. But we need reinforcement, lads. And like I said, I think we got Rapid Vienna in the UEFA Cup and a couple of other Europa leagues. And I looked at it yesterday. You know, when you know all the teams, you've heard of all the teams before in Europa League, you're like, this is a big boy. It's a big boy group, mate. We're done.
What would you say is your target? Obviously, you're sitting nicely in second. Last week, you were in first. Realistically,
Our target, honestly, has got to be, I would say, same again, man. Consolidate that. If we can break, you know, the top six, which is obvious. Unfortunately, it includes Arsenal in that, because of just the period of time Arsenal have been a top.
What?
Six
Hold
club.
on, look at me in Sean's face. What?
No, but they're
you
still
say?
considered a big team, aren't they? You know, and we could get onto that later, lads. Anyways, I would say consolidate ourselves into the reckoning, sort of without winning the league, sort of like on the same sort of periods as Leicester and Everton, because I feel like us as West Ham, we're probably just a step behind
I'm
those
not
two.
gonna lie, you lost me completely when you said Arsenal was big six. I was just
No, listen,
my whole brain
listen.
just
From
went,
when you listen, you can't deny it, mate. Because when they signed the European Super League thing, mate, it was consolidated that commercially, unfortunately, you can talk what you like. Arsenal is still a big club. Despite what anyone wants to say, you can say
There's
this,
still
and have an opinion on
Right,
them.
that's cool. That's cool. True what you're saying. They're still a big club, but they're not a top six club right now. I'll be honest. They're in dire strengths.
I
but we'll get there.
was just doing that as of commercial, and there's still a massive commercial pool this way.
Funny
or that
we're
way.
talking about Arsenal.
No matter if they're sitting 20th in the league, they are still a big commercial revenue.
We'll build it up. Funny we're talking about Arsenal. Who wants to go first on their latest results against Man City? Sean,
I mean,
think you should go first. Actually, this is your field.
Listen, it was a no. I wasn't shocked by the scoreline. I expected something like this. You understand? 5-0. Well, what more
We
do
all
you want
said
to say?
3-0 actually, except for Kuda, who did 2-1.
Yeah, you know what? I wanted to say 4-0 last week, but I didn't want to be rude, you understand? Because I know they're going through some pain right now, but it is what it is, bruv. Like, they're the only London team now to not score. What more do you want me to say? They're the only London club not to score. Palace has even got 2 now. You understand? They're the only London team not to score. I don't want to hear nothing more from the Arsenal fans about big club this, big club that, mate. I think Arteta needs to go. I think, you know what? I think he's lost the players. You understand? The players don't trust him because I don't trust him.
Just about to say,
I don't
did
trust
anyone
him.
see the player asking for a way out today on Instagram, or is it Snapchat?
Maitland Niles was begging.
That is new. That's new level.
That's like somebody that's trapped in. You understand? And they don't want to let him go. But like I said, I don't know. Arteta needs to go. I think he just doesn't have a clue what he's doing. I don't care what Pep had to say. Oh, yeah, I worked with him. Yeah, mate. If I worked with a man as well for so long, I'd say,
that's backing your boys though. So isn't it?
Exactly. Come on back here, boy. You understand? That's what I would do. But nah, Pep, get out of here with that. I'm not buying into the nonsense. Yeah, big up Nicholas.
Never heard of again. Apparently,
he hasn't watched this
into the abyss. Into the abyss.
He's taking a sabbatical. He's just waiting. All right. So apart from buying a new team, sacking Arteta, right? Because if you look at some of the goals were so basic, defending issue. What could Arsenal have done to make that scoreline less? I mean, I think they're still going to lose no matter what. But what could he have done to be more competitive? Because he looked one way from minute one.
Oh mate, it was one way from minute one. I mean, Leno is trash. I don't even like to tear players down, but he is rubbish, bro. And the fact you sold Martinez to keep that guy, oh my, you deserve the L that you got this week, Arteta.
Yeah.
And Xhaka, you gave this man another contract. I
think it was a financial thing. I think they just wanted to hold his value so that they didn't
hold what value? That man is yo, they should have been a walk of the free. Are you having a laugh? Imagine a man like Messi and that walk for free, Sergio Ramos for free, and they didn't want to let someone like him go for free. Are you get out of here, Arsenal, bruv? Oh my days, you lot are trash. You lot are trash, bruv. You lot are punishing your fans. You lot are punishing your fans. Disgusting.
punishing your fans.
They are, bruv. They
So let's get this straight. So Arsenal are locking up their players and not letting them go. Signing extensions to players that they should let go for free because they're substandard.
They did look half decent in the first 5 minutes, though. They looked like they had a game plan, and then it just went out the window.
Are you mad? The first 5 minutes is a 90-minute game, bruv.
I know. Hey, listen, come on, man.
We're clutching the straws here, aren't we, lads? We're clutching.
But then, no, what I'm saying is that they looked like they had a game plan, and then when they scored, it just went out the window and thought they all just down tools. But as you were saying,
as Mike
Sean,
Tyson said, everyone has a plan until you're hit. That was the goal. After that,
it was still better than nothing. Over. That's what I'm saying. There's progression there because we had last week where they didn't have a game plan, and now this week they went in with a game plan. Okay. They never fulfilled the game plan, but they went in with a plan. Next week.
What was last week's score? Tell me.
I don't know.
2-0, innit?
2-0. So they came in with a game plan this time and got beaten 5.
I know, but this is Man City. Come on. We can't compare. Maybe.
Stuart, you really tried there,
innit? Oh, man. Could have, man. Come back so I don't have to be Arsenal ambassador, man. Seriously. I'm trying. It's hard, isn't it?
Mate.
Arsenal fans.
For me, I'll be honest, I thought silence was the best way to try and protect Arsenal today. Just be silent.
There's no protecting them. To be honest, like I said to you.
Oh my God.
just running around in a circle, just still trying to find him.
Mate, Arsenal in they're in some deep problem.
I mean, where they're going to get the goal of the month from for this month? Where they're going to get it from?
Training.
Some black screen. Training. This is what I'm saying. They haven't scored a goal. And I think, you see, you know it's like when a manager loses the dressing room, the players don't want to play for him. Because I guarantee you, if the players were on his side, you would have got a better performance. I mean, they would have probably still have lost, but you would have seen Arsenal at least put up some type of fight. I don't know. I feel sorry for their fans, as I said before, because it's a joke what you're seeing right now. And then to have that clown, the cone man, he don't have a clue. He was sitting there lost. I saw him sitting there complaining. I hope he weren't complaining about Xhaka's red card, because that was a red card, mate. Dirty challenge.
Xhaka, I don't know. Yeah, I think he could see. I think he could see where the game was going. Well. He just wanted out. He wanted an early shower. I think he just wanted an early shower because, again, as I've said, I think we've said this a million times on the podcast. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, challenge probably wouldn't even warrant a yellow card. But we know how football's developed now, so you can't be flying into challenges like that. You can't at all. That one, there was.
Yeah, but he's known for it.
Even though he got the ball,
he's got the most red cards. I think in the last 4 seasons or something like that in the Premier League. I mean,
for those that bet, he's a guaranteed cert for a yellow card.
Oh yeah,
every game, almost every game, it's the guaranteed to get a yellow card. So, ill discipline. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know
ill
what else to add.
discipline comes back to the cone guy again, isn't it? You know, he's not instilling that in him. But what's the answer then? What's the answer?
I
Get
think
rid of
gotta
we've
be
him.
said it. I
Arteta
think
out.
we've said it beginning of the
It's
season. He
got to
needs
be
to go.
Arteta out. He needs to go
He needs
because
to
Who's
go.
coming in though? Who wants to manage? Who wants to manage Arsenal at the moment?
mate,
You know
you're
what?
better
This
off
this
giving
is
it
so
to.
true as well. This is so true. I'm so looking forward to this Amazon documentary. I'm really looking forward to it.
To be
Oh my god.
honest, I don't know. There was names out there before. I mean, I remember I spoke to an Arsenal fan. He was talking about Conte. I was thinking, mate, you're reaching, bro. There's no way, bro. No way.
Conte
No
will
way.
never go Arsenal unless they're willing to spend money.
That's
Yeah,
what I
there's
mean.
no way.
Who did Conte turn down and said like, nah, you
Tottenham, I
ain't.
think it was.
Yeah, you ain't got enough
Tottenham.
money for me. I want to come in and spend X amount of money on X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
But that's the thing. I think they're
No.
gonna have to get another yes man. Because I don't know if they don't want to spend the money, who's gonna want to go there and tarnish their name?
The only thing they can do is get the Brighton manager. He plays the football that all Arsenal fan likes. He could probably do more with this team than he's got with the Brighton team already. I don't know how long it will take him for it to.
But if
come in.
you're looking at that as a manager in work, stable work like Brighton is, and with a plan that he's got, with a team that he's built, why would he chip that in to go and
What?
manage Arsenal? Ole to manage Arsenal.
What?
To be fair, it'd probably
As
be
you
a
said-
downgrade. At least Arteta's won some trophies. Just saying. Has he not?
Wow.
It's true though, isn't it?
Wow.
If you're talking
Wow.
about managerial prestige, let's put Arteta's win rate or trophy
Don't put
cabinet
win rate.
here.
Oh, wait. Don't put
Trophy
win rate.
cabinet. Trophy
Trophy
cabinet
cabinet,
here,
fine.
and put Ollie's here. Who's got more? Right then, okay.
Say no more.
So I mean, maybe you should be looking at Arteta covered in, mate. You know?
Oh, no, it's all right, mate. Yeah, we good over here. We good.
No, but if you're Graham Potter for Brighton at the moment, honestly, why would you go and join Arsenal? That's you're throwing. That's a big gamble
As you said,
for your career.
they're still commercially a top 6 team. They're still up there. They're still a bigger team. And I do think they have better players. Right now, they're not performing, but they do have better players. So imagine what work he can do with these players.
Who are Arsenal's key players? Who is going to drag them out?
Aubameyang, Lacazette, Saka, Smith Rowe.
I wouldn't
Lacazette?
say Lacazette, bro. You're reaching with that one still.
Okay,
Bro,
fine.
Lacazette is. Yeah.
Odegaard.
He's good. He's a good player.
Yeah.
I like Odegaard.
It's basically all the attacking players. Kieran Tierney as well.
No.
So
No.
I think he's good. I don't not as highly rated as that everyone thinks he is, but I think he's good. Outside
You're
of that,
reaching
Martinelli. And
No.
I will be honest with you, I'm stuck there.
Martinelli.
Yeah,
I think
no.
he's nice.
You're,
I
To
think-
drag them
I
out
think-
of it.
I think you're
I think
just
he's
saying
good.
plays for the sake of playing. I don't think Martinelli is a key player, bro.
Did you
He's a
just
good player.
Google Arsenal players and just
Yeah,
started
yeah,
reading that list,
100%.
bro?
Well,
100%.
basically, I'm looking at the squad and I'm thinking, these are the players. Now, think about it. All I'm
Just
saying
any
in my
name
head
that you
is
recognise,
these
yeah?
are the players that I would look at and go, they can do something for the Arsenal team. Now, the problem is as you've noticed, everyone I've mentioned, except for Tierney, is an attacking player. So it kind of leaves the midfield.
Have you seen Tierney play, mate? Tierney's an attacking player, man. Then is he ever in the defensive third for Arsenal?
Yeah,
Never.
attacking fullback. So it's one of those. Yeah. Maybe he can work on. Maybe he can't.
The poor
You know
man,
what?
Andy Robinson, to be honest with you.
To be
anyway.
honest, you know what? If he loses his next game, he has got to go.
I think that's must be how he's rating
100%.
the Arsenal players at the moment. But from the list he's saying, I think he was listing them from FIFA 19, mate. You know what I mean? I don't think that list was up to date.
He's reaching.
Well, I was trying my hardest. This
Yeah, but then
Arsenal
you've got
ambassador
Partey-
thing it
Partey to
doesn't
come
really
back,
work
innit?
for me.
He's got Partey to come back, Ben White to come back. I don't know. Let's see what these players do when they come back, if he
Yeah.
gets the time. Because if he
Yeah.
loses his next game, I think he's done and dusted.
I mean,
Come-
they did
come-
well in the cup midweek in the cup. But they battled that team, but
What?
yeah, clearly didn't
West
make
Brom?
no difference.
West
Yeah,
Brom 6-0.
yeah, it
All
was
right.
something positive to look at.
Yeah, but then
yeah,
you
but
would have
what was
thought
their
that
next
you would have
games
seen
though?
some sort of bounce back.
Yeah,
What
but
are their
then
next games though? That's
Don't-
actually what's more important.
the next game is Norwich, I think it is. So
There
that's
you
what I'm
go.
saying. If he loses the next game, it's time to go, mate.
Well, probably the good thing for them is that the fact that the international break is just around the corner. All the players go away, get rid of all of that, negative energy, and then
Yeah.
hopefully come back having a good time from.
I think the next two
countries.
games he's got is Norwich and Burnley, and then he's got Spurs. So, yeah, that's his time to start making things up.
Yeah.
And as he said,
Norwich could be a relegation 6
you know,
point.
I'm saying it's too early, but this is hilarious.
I mean, they got no points. I don't think that's happened since like 1954 or something like that. They were saying for Arsenal.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Like, this is like one of their worst starts to a season in history. Never mind Premier League history.
what's the
history.
is it okay? Apart from Brent, no, you know what? Don't worry, ignore what I was about to say.
Yes,
I was about to say where it's a difficult start, but then they lost to Brentford, so
That's what I mean. If they came out
in good fashion.
and came out and dominated them or even flipped the result 2-0 in their favour, then maybe you're looking at it a bit differently. But the fact that they didn't even look like scoring against Brent. They didn't even look like doing anything against them, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and then of course the two top teams as well afterwards. It's a mess. It's a big mess.
Now,
You
listen,
might be right, Sean. Norwich might be the end of his
nail in the
time.
coffin. Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you.
I still
If he
fail
survives
to
to
see who they
Burnley.
get in, though, to be honest with you.
What's that, Aaron?
It's so hard. It's so hard. It's really hard when you look at it. Who are they really gonna get in?
Who?
Arsenal. I couldn't
Who
see
they
who
getting
they
in the
would
goals?
replace Arteta with at this stage of the season, especially if you're considering after Norwich, there's no transfer window, so those are the players you've got.
Don't know. They might bring in Freddie Lundberg, innit?
I said, hey, listen, I joked the other week, mate. I'm looking at Sam Allardyce thinking, you know what? He might be a punt at the moment. He might be a punt. A little 9-month contract or whatever to the end of the season just to steer them clear at the moment, mate. I'm telling you, Big Sam might be a punt.
If you're giving him that much time to save you as well,
He'll do
That's a
it. He'll do
scary
it. He'll
thinking,
definitely
guys.
do it. The last job he got was impossible. What was it? West Brom. He was never
Yeah,
going
it
to
was
save them.
impossible.
They were dead and buried before then, anyway. But yeah, I don't see it. Anyway, let's flip it back and a bit more on a positive vibe. Let's put Arsenal to one side. There was another team in that game. It was Man City. Just in case you both looked at me a bit baffled there. I know you both know. I was just like, I ain't talking about Man City, mate. Both of you.
I could talk about City. I don't have no problem with that.
All right, then, Sean. How do you see City at the moment? Because they're firing in all cylinders at the moment.
Do you know what? To be honest, yeah, I thought they were gonna not struggle, but I thought they would have had a problem scoring a little bit with no out-and-out striker. But Jesus and Torres proving me wrong. I mean, if they can keep that up, I think people are going to be in problems. I mean,
But Jesus has said to Pep in it, he's happy to play. He wants to play more out on the wide. He doesn't see himself as a central striker anyway. So
mate, wherever you put them, yeah, but wherever you put them, they're scoring goals. I mean, they completely dominated that game. I mean, there was no worry. I mean, I think when I was watching it, they say no, Edison's all right. He's bored out there. I mean, they completely bossed the game. I mean, Rodri's goal was good as well. Good team play. I think, mate, City. I thought, like I said, I thought they were going to struggle with no striker. But
they had 80% possession. He wasn't even. Normally, you would say something funny like attack versus defense, but
no, but you know what? Yeah, because Arsenal, it was more than that because Arsenal only had 90% possession.
Yeah,
19.6,
so it was 80 point. Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's bad.
Absolutely
City completely.
Absolutely.
Don't get me started again. About let me
I was trying to steer it
out.
away from the Arsenal negativity and go more on a positive vibe rather than the negative
So
vibe.
I'm saying it's absolutely ridiculous in a positive way that they had 80% possession. There you go. I'm trying to be positive.
Yeah, but I think they played brilliant. I mean,
I think
the first goal that Gundogan scored, I think that shouldn't have really gone in. But It's gone in, innit? What can I say?
I do think their heads dropped after that. We talked about Arsenal. After that first goal, I just think it just all... Anything they talked about during the week just went out the window from then on. I mean, it was always going to be an uphill struggle anyway. But yeah, from that first goal then, it was an issue.
You know, I just realised what's scary about the City. Yes, they don't have an out-and-out striker, but they still have Mahrez on the bench. They still have Sterling, who we know can score goals all the time. Fernandinho's not. I know he's old, but he's not on the pitch either. And of course, they're missing the main man in Kevin De Bruyne as well. So
It's a scary sight.
it's a scary sight. It's a very scary sight. Just yeah.
What would you think about whether or not City actually need a striker? Then should they be breaking the bank for a striker or not need it?
If you're gonna get the striker, you have to get the best one, the one that fits their system. I wasn't sure if Kane fits their system the way Aguero did. Anyway,
do you know what made my eyes light up in a footballing sense? And if you took your emotions out of it for 1 second, Abbas, is when Ronaldo said that the whole Ronaldo thing was going to City, because you slap Ronaldo in the center of that Man City front line. That's 45 goals a season. I'm 37. I'm not.
Listen, I did not want to see that. I did not want to see him stat pad. He would have absolutely been disgusting and heartbreaking all at the same time, right? And do you know what would have hurt my feelings the most? No. My heart would have been broken, absolutely smashed to bits, because I see a player like Ronaldo in their system, even though some people are like he doesn't fit the system. Please, dude, you know who we're talking about here, right?
You would just put him there, just outside
in the middle,
just outside the opposition box, mate. And like I said, those goals would come. You'd make those clever runs, score headers, tap-ins, the whole shebang, mate.
A player of his capabilities and stature automatically will draw three defenders to him if the ball's going towards him in the box. Now, if he then steps over it, all three of those defenders are out. Sterling's back post for a tap-in, or Grealish, or Mahrez, or Jesus, all the players that we know can score goals anyway. It's just ridiculous.
I don't want to turn it back round into Man United, but one thing I will say about Ronaldo is I rate the transfer. It took Bottle to come back to the Premier League. Let's face it, he could have gone to any league that he wanted. Like there's certain other Argentinian, unfortunately, in my opinion, to the easy way out, to coward's way out of 100%. La Liga. I'm sorry, but who cares about Ligue 1? Nobody. Nobody. Sorry. I'm sorry. He should have gone to a big league. We're talking about a league that's not even in the top 5 leagues in Europe anymore. Portugal have taken him over. Ligue NOS took them over. So he's not even in a big 5 league anymore. 100%. I just think that the guy didn't need the money. Yeah, so you got to go for football in terms. Yeah. And everyone's always said to him, you couldn't do it in the Premier League, mate. Come and prove us wrong. Just come and prove it wrong.
You see you saying that Ronaldo's taking a pay cut to come back to United. That just shows, man, he's got a big kahunas to do that.
His mentality has always been unquestionably different from anybody else. There's a reason why he is that good of a football player. You could be born with natural talent and everything like that, but his mental application to what he does and wanting to be the best is unquestionable, in my opinion. He's fantastic. And it's unfortunate Abbas he's back in a Man United shirt, in my opinion. Would have loved to have seen him in West Ham, you know what I mean? That's a real transfer there, Ronaldo. You want to test your metal, you know what I mean? Come play in that stadium behind us, mate, and give us the Premier League. But anyway,
you got Antonio now, though, scoring all the goals.
Listen, Antonio was fantastic, mate, but I wouldn't have turned down CR7 had he turned up in the London Stadium, mate. Sorry, Antonio. I hope you don't mind. But no, it is like I said, it's unfortunate he's back in a Man United shirt because my feelings about Man United. But at the end of the day, it's good to see him back in the Premier League, and he's right. He's right. They were nowhere near winning the Premier League, but unfortunately, could I have to diagnose that and say, are you then saying that Ronaldo thinks Man United?
Hey, don't need to ask no questions. It's there. It's there. Don't need to ask no questions. Oh, here you go. You know what?
Thank you.
I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, I'm gonna ignore the last bit of he said. Yeah. But the pressure that having that sort of player on Ole, I don't want you to go back to Ole, but the amount of pressure he's going to be under now, not only from the fans and expectations, but from that player as well. He's put himself in a really precarious situation. So that's good for me anyway, as long as it makes my team better. What was I going to say?
Don't know, mate.
I'm thinking, this is a very weird one.
Shocker.
I'm thinking Man City are going to be undone by not having a striker, though. That's my part. I think they're going to be outdone. I think a team's going to suss them out and their movement, and because they don't have an out-and-out hungry striker,
But you look at them
more
last
difficult.
season; they won the Premier League.
Now you have to
Aguero,
think
really?
which team is going to stop them. So Chelsea, Liverpool, and then maybe United.
You don't even look like you believe that when you say it, mate.
My face is 50-50. Maybe we might be able to figure out a way of stopping them from playing without the striker, and that might come bite them back. But boy, yeah.
If the Premier League was that easy to gauge, it wouldn't be the best league in the world. That's for sure, mate. There'll be other teams that can't stand.
Just to answer that question, they were in the same team. Don't worry about it. They talk. They'll be able to talk it out. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Abbas knows it all, mate.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
No issues. Right. On a serious note, listen, we've got what is it? Just over 25 hours left of the transfer window. Abbas. Obviously, we've talked about CR7 coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Is that confirmed? I know he done his medical yesterday. Is that?
I think the contract needs to be signed today or tomorrow.
Okay.
Just 100%.
So other than Ronaldo coming into the club,
yeah,
is there anyone in particular that you think, or maybe is close to coming to
a CDM, a ball playing CDM? So everyone's talking about Neves. I'm not sure about that, but Basuma, Ndidi, one of those two, a player of that caliber in that position, would complete the team for me completely.
And that is so. If you saw tomorrow defensive midfielder come up, Jim White, whatever it is on Sky Sports, come up defensive midfielder signed for Man United, you'll be happy with that.
100%, yeah.
Good
100%.
Transfer window, decent transfer window.
Amazing transfer window. Not even good. Amazing transfer window to get a centre back, to get the right wing position that's been a problem for us for the last 5-6 seasons. To get Ronaldo, who's the striker that everyone said. First of all, I don't even want to talk about Gary Neville, but I am going to say something about him. To get a striker that we all know, hands down, is world class and will finish every chances, and then to get a defensive mid to protect Pogba and Bruno. The only person that could ruin it, I say it again, is one man, and his name is Ole. He's the only one that can ruin it. It's all right. So, in terms of having a team, if this was Football Manager, I would be saying, we have to win everything. We have to win.
You've already said that. You've already said you said it
got to
live
win.
on this stream.
He's got to win.
He's got to win.
He's got to win.
Something major.
There's a video out there on our YouTube channel, Man United to win the title, mate, and it's about 15 minutes of you crowing how Man United are going to win the league, mate. And this is before CR7 comes, so do you know you should breeze it.
I must have known it. I felt it inside.
You should breeze it. Anyway, enough Man United talk. Sean, a quiet window for Liverpool, quietly gone about their business. More of a re-signing summer transfer window, if you like, for Liverpool, signing up some big contracts along the way. What about yourself? As I said, 25 hours left of the transfer window. Any sort of signings, inklings that you would like to see Liverpool have, or on your wish list in general?
Listen, we're Liverpool. Once it's done in the transfer window. You see, I don't even watch the transfer deadline day thing no more. Don't bother.
Scarred from Andy Carroll on the deadline day, no doubt. Hey, listen, I can say that. Look at us, man. We got burned by him as well, mate.
No, because that same transfer season, that same transfer window, we got Suarez in. And then we did end up selling. We knocked somebody off and sold Andy Carroll to them. So, yeah, it's not a problem. Mate, I'll be honest. The only person that I would like to see start for Liverpool, I mean, It may not be realistic to some, but
Uh-oh.
you never know, mate. You know who I'm talking about already.
I know.
But then, like I said, with the way Madrid's going on,
Oh, okay, all right.
it
I just
might be
clocked who
going
you're
to
talking
Madrid.
about.
So
Yes,
who was
you
that,
know.
Sean? I think I just spoke over you a little bit, just so we're clear.
Mbappe, you know. But you know what?
Kylian himself. It would be nice.
Like I
be
said, it
nice.
would be nice, but we'll have to wait and see. Innit?
It's another
'Cause
player
the
I'd
way-
love to see in the Premier League. I see it myself because, like you said, you know,
Yeah, the way
Real
Madrid's
Madrid
going on now,
courting him very nicely.
Yeah, they're not playing games, boy.
Yeah, and they tend to get their man when they
mate.
set their
Especially
sights on him.
yeah, mate. Especially the money that they're putting up now. It's like they know that. All right, cool. You
The
lot are gonna
PSG have
to
come
wear-
out tonight and rejected it, haven't they? They've
Oh, lovely
rejected the
stuff.
latest.
Wow.
The latest
I'm
thing.
so
But this doesn't
glad
stop
that-
the fact that he's available on Bosman ruling from January onwards. You know what I mean?
onwards,
So
Exactly. So I'm actually kind of glad on that basis. I'm actually kind of glad that that business has not been done yet, because the original plan, from what I'm gathered from Duncan Castles, was that they would sell Mbappe to Real Madrid for 160, 180, whatever, and then they would buy Cristiano to join Messi in their team. So I think Man United and City quickly jumped in the head of the queue before they could do all that stuff, because they couldn't get Ronaldo first. They had no way of doing it FFP or whatever it is. But oh, this is an interesting comment. I'll add
next
that up
season.
there.
They said next season, though. It said next season.
I was like, hmm?
Yeah, it said next season. It said
What?
next season.
Well done for reading through it, because my eyes just went up. What?
You have to read it. Look, you have to read it because this is actually grilling Arsenal. It's not praising Arsenal.
Yeah, that's relegation that they're
Yeah,
saying.
saying,
is
look, I'm pretty
a
sure
dead
they can make the
cert,
top 6 in next season, i.e. make the playoffs and come up through that way. Let me tell you something, yeah, as a West Ham fan, there's no
Love the
better way
playoff.
to come up to the Premier League than winning the playoffs at Wembley, mate. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I
actually-
can appreciate it.
Sorry, I have to comment on this. Last week, Gary Neville said, if Man United get Kane or top striker, he says that they will have to challenge for the league. We get Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm sorry, Cristiano Ronaldo is better than Harry Kane. Maybe not in the long term, but definitely in the short term. And now all of a sudden, he said, oh, you might still need to give him 18 months to get a team to challenge. Gary Neville, I know you're backing your friend and you want to just, protect him, but listen to your own words that come out your mouth, because it's looking really embarrassing and unhealthy. The amount of times you're defending.
This any way to get back a Gary Neville is just tell him to go peel an orange, mate, and go head on a plane to Valencia and see how he's doing his managerial career. You know what I mean? As far as that concerns, it's true what you said. I mean, the fact that they've added Cristiano Ronaldo and they were rumoured to get Kane as before that, if he's saying he should win the Premier League with Kane, then there's no doubt.
Should win it with Ronaldo, 100%.
Listen, I think what Kuda was trying to allude to the other week as well was that should be Man United's basic target. You're the biggest team in the country, history-wise, financially-wise. I know I can see Sean screwing up his face straight away, but unfortunately, Sean, that is the truth. Man United, I'm sorry, are the
100%.
biggest
If that came from my mouth, that wouldn't have gone down the way you just did.
in revenue-wise, commercially-wise, and even Premier League titles is a bit close, but it's or league titles, I should say. It's all close up there, but it's Man United are a big club, so their outset should be from the beginning of the season to win the league. I think Ronaldo will score an absolute hatful of goals, whether it for United. I think he would have scored 10, 15 more had he have signed for City. I still think he'll get a bag full of goals for
the
United.
Stat padding would have been new. he would have been new.
Hey, read that comment there, Abbas, and comment on that.
Well, Lukaku one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He outscored Lukaku 2 seasons in a row in Serie A, and everyone was obviously we've been ranting and raving about Lukaku since he joined Chelsea. So why can't Ronaldo outscore him again? Listen, I don't understand. I think maybe the footballing gods got into my head before this signing came on when I said United could win. So,
I don't know. I'm a bit skeptical of comparing a team like Juventus in Italy to any team in in England whatsoever, because the standard of competition between, you know, the middle table clubs to the bottom table clubs is wow. I think the standard in the league is a
agree
lot
more.
better anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I don't think anyone...
Actually, hold on. It's you next. What? Any other transfers you're interested in?
Who? We need someone to back up Antonio. There's someone from CSK Moscow. I will not try and pronunciate his name. Has way too many consonants in a row for my liking to be pronouncing, so I won't try and pronounce it. There's a backup for him, saying he's a tidy little sort of Jesse Lingard-esque sort of player, CAM striker, shadow striker sort of player. So that's the thing for that. Other than that, I think the goalkeeper was a situation that needed to get sorted out, because Fabianski's coming up to the end of his contract, and we got Areola in for loan, so there's something there. Kurt Zuma in. You know, unfortunately, I'm from West Ham, mate. We are used to very quiet and very dull transfer windows, unless my interest was sparked. I got inbox the other day, and also I was quite happy. And it was, you see the player West Ham are linked to, and I looked on it, and this is before Messi went to PSG, but it was a picture of Messi. I was like, what are you sending me, man? Seriously, get out of here. And this is from a West Ham fan group page, so yeah. Antonio, I said it many times on this podcast here. Antonio's hamstrings are like a big bit of Christmas ham you get, you know, on the Christmas table. They're humongous, powerful specimens, but unfortunately they're held together by little cheese strings. So as soon as that cheese string pops, gone for 2 months, mate. And that will happen sometime throughout the season, which is why we need a backup for Antonio.
Yeah,
so badly. And that would be my one wish list, is get a striker in. I suppose seeing now as Cristiano Ronaldo is off the market, we'll have to settle for, I don't know, an Mbappe or someone like that. Who knows?
Yeah.
A cheeky little bid for Mbappe or Haaland. I'll be happy.
Divock Origi there, mate.
Hey, listen, I will take him. I'm not above taking Divock Origi, mate. No way. I would put him in a West Ham team.
I know he would be.
It'd be a very good signing for us. We'd have him, and do you know what? That's what always kills me about watching looking at the. They've already said no to it.
I agree, take him.
They've already said no to it though. Man United have said no to that, not the other way around.
Don't worry.
Not the other way around.
I think with the contract we've been signing recently,
that's why I'm sure it's 2 years he's got left on his contract and not just the one. Because I feel if it was the one, they would have taken the 20 mil that we offered.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 20 mil for one. I don't even think he would have offered 20 mil if he had 1 year left on his contract.
Nah, these are the brothers once again. So yeah, that would have been.
Yeah, there's no way to offer that much.
They don't mess about with such things, man. When you got Karen Brady whispering in your ear about financial difficulties, mate, that's it. No, nothing gets put on the table, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Is there any other big transfer you see hitting the table before the close of play in the Premier League tomorrow?
Mate, Arsenal are gonna have to bring in a centre back. I don't know. They're gonna have to bring in another one.
I think they got
another centre back for Arsenal.
I think they got to bring in a midfielder more than
mate, I think. Yeah, but if you think about it, they got Partey to come back. I mean, the defense, even with Ben White there, is looking hella soft.
They talk about selling their striker to Crystal Palace, Nagita. Is that the one?
Oh, the young kid.
Nketiah.
That's
the one. Thank you.
Ooh, Renato Sanchez. Oh, is that Renato Sanchez or just Renato? Oh, anyway.
Yeah.
That would,
Portuguese, isn't it? Of course.
That'll be good.
Mendes is involved, mate. Straight away.
Yeah, that'll be good.
That'll be good for them. He's a good player, man. Powerful as well, Renato Sanchez. He's a good player. In the middle of the park. I've always liked him since he popped up 17-year-old. The way he was playing in the Portuguese league, I always liked him. I don't know why. Is he in the team that won the Euro Championships as well?
I think he was in the squad, yeah. I don't know what happened to him at Bayern Munich. I think that was too much money too soon. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Nah, he's a good player.
Yeah, I think he's a good player at all.
Easy way to distinguish.
I think Daniel James going to leagues, that is a good signing for leagues and for Daniel James. I think.
Do you know
he
what?
fits.
Bielsa will make him into a better player as
He's
well.
a better coach, man. Bielsa is a top.
I
quality
think, to
coach.
be honest, I think any other coach would have made him a better player. To be honest, in my eyes.
Anyway,
saying.
Ole's not a coach, so I don't get biting for that.
He's not a
But my
coach.
problem, he's not. He doesn't coach. He doesn't coach.
He's a manager.
He's just a manager, yeah. And he barely even goes to the training ground. He barely even goes to the training ground to see what does Mike feeling.
So what's his strengths then? Wait, hold on.
I said it.
You just throw a spanner
Man
to-
management. I said it. It's man management. I said it last week. It's man management. That's it. Making the players believe that they are, I don't know, better than they are.
Mate, his special talent isn't man management, my friend. It's board management to make him think that he's got a job. What? The best thing you could come up with is that he's decent at man management. And as I pointed out, there's a very good example that sits on your bench most
It's
weeks.
just one.
Called Donny van der Beek, mate. And I don't think he would agree with you that he's a wonderful manager.
Every manager annoys one or two players in their squad. I mean, some managers annoy the whole squad altogether, like Arteta. So, do you know what I mean?
I see you not clicking on the other comments there, mate.
I'm getting there.
Make it snappy.
I'm getting there. I know which one you want to. I know which one you want to click. Yeah, he doesn't get involved in the training. There's only Carrick and McKenna and this young lad.
That he actually thinks he's Alex Ferguson, innit?
Yeah,
He's read his autobiography and just thought, I'll just do what he done.
basically.
Because
Well,
even I know Alex Ferguson didn't watch on training and just sat in his office watching horse
Correct.
racing all day.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, Mike Phelan doesn't watch training either. He's rarely ever there.
But he's another one hanging off the coattails of Alex Ferguson. You know what I mean? You got a whole coaching staff there.
You know what? I'm gonna stop this conversation right now because before I trigger and start.
I'm getting there though, man. We're getting
I know,
there.
you're fishing.
With the
We're
work
bit-
of
little
Philly
bit
in the
by bit, it's
comments
just
now,
coming
we'll
up.
definitely get there, mate. No problem.
Any longer, and I'm about to just unveil that. I think no, I'm just not gonna
You see the whole hat come off and everything.
Hey, I'm sweating underneath now, blood. I'm just gonna go back to my positive self. Go for the league. Anyway,
So, right, I mean, there you go then. That's it. We'll wrap it up there, Abbas, for you, yeah? We'll wrap it up there for you, mate. United going to win the league. Liverpool going to win the league. West Ham are going to win the league. Crystal Palace coulda. They're probably still going to get relegated. I'm sorry, mate. I'm sticking it out there. You're not here to defend yourself as well. That is so bad of me. I do apologise. You'll have to get me back on the next episode of the End-to-End Football Podcast. No predictions this week as it is the international break. We will try and come to you with a live stream sometime in between there. And we shall hit you up. Listen, stay tuned to the YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell. Hit the like on the stream. Helps out a lot with all the algorithms and everything like that. You've been a fantastic audience as always. From me, Abbas, and Sean. Laters.
adios.
Bye.